Hi friends, myself Amar Moite. I am a pharma professional. Today we are going to discuss analytical method transfer. Development and validation of analytical method is a critical step in life cycle of analytical methods. As we know, analytical method validation is lengthy and time consuming process. Hence, normally, it is not feasible for all laboratories to perform the analytical method validation. Hence, to save the time and maintain the state of compliance, the analytical method validation is performed at one of the location of organization, probably research and development laboratory of organization. Once the method is validated at R&D laboratory, the same shall be transferred to either quality control unit within same premises or group company of the same organization or other companies like contract research organizations or contract manufacturing organizations. In all these cases, complete validation of analytical method is not required. Either it is quality control laboratory or group company or CRO or CMO will be automatically qualified to run the analytical procedure after completion of successful analytical method transfer. The basic difference between analytical method validation and analytical method transfer is analytical method validation qualifies the method. It checks the suitability of method for intended analytical application, whereas analytical method transfer qualifies the laboratory. It checks the procedural knowledge as well as capability of laboratory to execute the analysis as per the transferred analytical method. As we know, there is specific guidance is available to perform the analytical method validation. For example, ICH Q2 and USP General Chapter 1 to 25 details analytical method validation. Briefly, it provides specific guidance for execution of analytical method validation. In contrast to analytical method validation, there is no specific guidance is available for analytical method transfer. USP General Chapter 1 to 24, that is transfer of analytical procedures, brings only general principles of analytical method transfer, but it is silent on specific guidance, specific acceptance criteria, specific approaches to conduct the analytical method transfer. Hence, it is necessary to understand the concept of analytical method transfer in details. The objective of today's session will be to understand what is analytical method transfer, what are different types of analytical method transfers, followed by elements of analytical method transfer, content of the analytical method transfer protocol. At the end of session, we will discuss about the experimental design of the analytical method transfer as well as the specific acceptance criteria to be followed during the analytical method transfer. So before proceeding further, I would like to request you kindly watch this video till the end. If you like the content of my video, please subscribe my channel so that you will get the notification of my new videos. So let us start with what is analytical method transfer. laboratories are required to be involved in analytical method transfer process. The laboratory which has validated the method and which is responsible for transfer of the analytical method is called as transferring laboratory or sending laboratory. The laboratory at which the method is to be transferred is called as receiving laboratory. The analytical method transfer is documented process which qualifies the laboratory to run the analytical process which is validated in another laboratory. Analytical method transfer is required to ensure that the receiving laboratory has procedural knowledge as well as ability to execute the analysis as per the transferred analytical method. Different approaches are followed for analytical method transfer. First approach is comparative testing. Second one is co-validation between two or more laboratories. Third is revalidation, and fourth one is transfer bias. The comparative testing is most commonly followed approach for analytical method transfer. Comparative testing mainly involves the analysis of predefined numbers of samples of same lot by both the laboratories. The analysis is to be performed as per the pre-approved analytical method transfer protocol. This protocol should define the details of analytical procedure. It should details the samples to be used for analytical method transfer and acceptance criteria to be followed during analytical method transfer. These acceptance criteria includes limits to check the variability between the results obtained by both the laboratories. Comparative testing is further divided in two parts: direct method transfer and indirect method transfer. Direct method transfer includes the involvement of transferring unit analyst during method transfer at receiving site. Transferring site analyst will provide required trainings to receiving site and also demonstrate the analysis to receiving site. In this way, data will be generated by first transferring site analyst followed by receiving site analyst, and results obtained will be compared against the acceptance criteria mentioned in pre-approved analytical method transfer protocol. If the results found satisfactory, the receiving unit will be qualified to run the analytical procedure. Second type is indirect method transfer, where there is no requirement of direct presence of transferring unit representative at receiving site during analytical method transfer. Transferring site will provide all required information, documents, samples, columns which are required for analytical method transfer to receiving unit. Based on that, receiving unit can run a feasibility sequence at their end prior to start the actual analytical method transfer. If any issues observed during feasibility of analytical method, those issues shall be discussed with transferring unit and issues shall be resolved prior to the actual analytical method transfer. The next approach is co-validation between two or more laboratories. The laboratory which validates the analytical method is default qualified to run the analytical procedure. Transferring unit may involve the receiving unit in inter-laboratory co-validation at the transferring site. Transferring site can make the representative of receiving site as a team member of validation team at their end. In this way, the data generated at transferring site by transferring site analyst as well as receiving site analyst will be compared to check the reproducibility of the results. However, this approach of co-validation between two or more laboratories should be the part of either analytical method validation protocol or analytical method transfer protocol. Third approach is revalidation. Revalidation or partial validation is one of the approach to be followed for analytical method transfer. If you completely revalidate the method to be transferred, or if you partially transfer the analytical method, there is no requirement of analytical method transfer. The last approach is transfer waiver. Transfer waiver is justified omission of conventional analytical method transfer. In this case, receiving unit will be automatically qualified to run the analytical method without comparison and generation of comparative data between two laboratories. The few examples of transfer waivers are: if new product introduced at site is having the same composition of existing product and the methods to be used for analysis are similar for new product and existing product, in that case conventional analytical method transfer is not required. Receiving unit can be directly considered as qualified to run the analytical procedure. Another example is, if analytical method is pharmacopoeial and site has done the analytical method verification as per USP General Chapter 1 to 26, there is no requirement of analytical method transfer. Third example is, if the new analytical method is same or very similar to the analytical method existing at site which is already in use, in that case also analytical method transfer can be skipped. There is no requirement of analytical method transfer. Last example is, if the personnel in charge of development, validation or routine analysis of the product from transferring unit is moved to receiving unit, in that case also analytical method transfer is not required and receiving unit will be directly qualified to run the analytical method. A pre-approved AMT protocol is the action plan for the analytical method transfer. A well-designed AMT protocol shall be discussed between transferring and receiving laboratory. The acceptance criteria mentioned in protocol shall be agreed upon by both the laboratories before initiation of the AMT. The analytical method transfer protocol shall contain at least objective, scope of the study, responsibility of transferring and receiving laboratory, method of analysis, design of experiment, and acceptance criteria. The objective of the study shall be clearly defined in objective section. For example, to transfer the validated method of assay in paracetamol tablet from X laboratory to Y laboratory. Upon successful completion of AMT, the Y laboratory shall be considered as qualified to perform the analysis of assay in paracetamol tablet. This is one of the example how to design the objective of your protocol. The scope of the protocol shall clearly define the list of those tests which are to be considered for analytical method transfer. The rationale behind the selection of those tests shall be clearly defined in scope of the protocol. The responsibilities of transferring and receiving laboratories shall be clearly defined in protocol. The prime responsibilities of transferring laboratory will be to provide method specific training to receiving laboratory, to provide analytical method validation data to the receiving laboratory, to provide the samples, reference standards and columns which are required for analytical method transfer to receiving laboratory. The receiving laboratory should be responsible for review of analytical method validation data of test and to ensure that the validation data is in line with current requirements. The receiving laboratory is responsible to provide trained staff for analytical method transfer activity. If the staff is not trained, it is the responsibility of receiving laboratory to train their existing staff before the execution of analytical method transfer. The receiving laboratory is also responsible to check the availability of instruments required for analytical method transfer. The instrument shall be properly calibrated and qualified. Next section is method of analysis. Method of analysis shall be defined in details in the method of analysis section. Wherever applicable, the critical instructions shall be mentioned in protocol so as any trained analyst can perform the analysis without any difficulty. The next section is design of experiment. Earlier, only comparison of precision data was sufficient to conclude the analytical method transfer. But nowadays, the requirements are changed and comparison of precision data alone is not sufficient to conclude the analytical method transfer. One or more analytical performance characteristics shall be considered during analytical method transfer. The selection of these characteristics will be depends upon the complexity of the method as well as the complexity of material to be analyzed during analytical method transfer. For example, if you are performing the analytical method transfer of assay, then you have to consider at least specificity, method precision and accuracy parameter for analytical method transfer. This is based on the complexity of method, you can add or subtract any parameter on proper justification as well as the criticality of your method and material to be analyzed. Similarly, for related substances test, specificity, LOD or LOQ verification, method precision and accuracy, these parameters shall be considered for analytical method transfer. If the level of impurities in sample are below LOQ level or very low level, the method precision can be performed on spiked samples. Spiked samples with impurities with up to specification level. What will be the acceptance criteria? These are just example. Alternative approaches you can follow based on proper justification. For specificity, the acceptance criteria will be there should not be any interference at the retention time of main peak due to mobile phase, sample matrix, that is your placebo, and known impurities. The acceptance criteria for method precision of assay method will be the percent RSD of the results obtained between transferring laboratory and receiving laboratory should not be more than 2%. The acceptance criteria for accuracy will be percent recovery should fall within 98 to 102%. If you are performing the analysis of if you are performing the method transfer of API particularly, and the specification limit for the assay is suppose 99 to 101%, in that case your recovery limit should also 99 to 101%. You cannot relax the recovery limit beyond your specification limit. For related substances, the acceptance criteria for specificity will be there should not be any interference at the retention time of main peak as well as all known impurities due to blank, diluent or mobile phase and sample matrix, that is placebo. The limit for LOQ and LOD will be based on signal to noise ratio, or if alternative approach is followed, for example, if you are performing the LOD and LOQ using STUIX and slope method, the acceptance criteria will be for LOQ, the percent RSD of 6 replicate injection should not be more than 15%, and for LOD, the peak shall be detected in solution. Thus, acceptance criteria for method precision in related substances, for impurities which are above LOQ level, the percent RSD should not be more than 15% between transferring laboratory and receiving laboratory. The acceptance criteria for accuracy will be between 80% to 120% for related substances test. This experimental design and acceptance criteria is just an example. This is given for demonstration purpose only. Alternative approaches you can follow based on your criticality of your method, the material to be analyzed, and with appropriate justification. After completion of analytical method transfer, it is the responsibility of receiving laboratory to prepare the analytical method transfer report The analytical method transfer report shall contain the comparison of analytical data generated by receiving laboratory and transferring laboratory. The report shall also contain any deviations, any incidents observed during analytical method transfer. It also should contain the conclusion of the analytical method transfer, whether it is successfully completed or not. Finally, the analytical method transfer report shall certify the receiving laboratory to run the analytical method in routine use. Friends, this was all about the brief idea about analytical method transfer. If you have liked the content of this video, I would like to request you, please subscribe my channel. This will notify you about my new videos. Thank you very much.